All right, everybody, we here to go ahead and show you PMT, a news terminal that is accessible to all retail traders and one of the top tier news terminal out there giving you rapid information. True Gold, I am here to go ahead and show you how this news terminal works and how to actually navigate through it. And just to go ahead and tell everybody right now, all traders need a news terminal. I repeat, all traders need a news terminal. This is not just for traders either. We got professionals who could use this, news analysts, people who are journalists. Anybody could use this, especially to get an edge in global markets and fundamentals. And if you trade in Forex, cryptos, futures, options, stocks, this is useful for all market assets, okay? All asset classes is very useful when you can up your game even more by using the news terminal and trading all those different type of asset classes. It give you an edge. So with that being said, let's go ahead and tell y'all what PMT is. Prime Market Terminal is overall a rapid news terminal. Okay. This gives you rapid data and news. It gives you very unique insights on different type of aspects on what's going on in the global world of economics and got a lot of different trading tools on top of that. Resources to pretty much empower retail traders and many more people out there who are looking to take advantage of economics. Okay? Help you understand how the market is being affected, why it's being affected, why more sellers coming in, why more buyers coming in, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So PMT, Prime Market Terminal, empowers traders with superior knowledge on top of that and give you all the great data and tools and simplify it so it makes sense for you. And it give you innovative, it's pretty much innovative tools to up your game in your trading overall. Okay. So, with all that being said, everybody could use this. As I said, everybody could use this and take advantage of it, especially those who are into economics. Okay. So, this is pretty much my little news terminal right here. You can set it up however you like. They got different type of aspects on how you can set it up. You can set up your own templates and pretty much modify it to fit your standards to make it however you'd like it to make sense for you. Okay. But this is one of my templates. Y'all could go ahead and use it if y'all like to. Maybe even PMT could even utilize this type of format as a standard because I actually like this. This is a really good format. It got starting with live news right here. Again, live news, like literal live news. You can keep track of all of the news in live time. It gives you every aspect of what's going on in the world. Even have the time right here, let you know what part of the analysis is talking about, whether it's talking about geopolitics, energy and power, trade, other data. And it also give you a nice little exclamation right here to let you know what's actually important as far as high impact data that's actually affecting the markets on top of that. You can even click this little plus bar right here to get even more information on what's going on, give you more details on the matter, depending upon what's actually going on at the current time. You can also go down. You can even type right here too to also get specifics, whether it's about the whole war going on, whether it's about different central banks and the speakers and wherever they have going on, whether you're looking at specific data like CPI, GDP, gross domestic production, things like that. Yes, this has a jam-packed of tools that you can utilize to up your game in your trading experience and have an edge in the markets on top of that without the guesswork. Okay. It makes it extremely simple and easy for everybody to go ahead and stay on track with what's going on in global markets and why price action is moving the way it is. This is very important on top of that, why every trader should use this because many out there guess the markets. I once upon a time guessed the markets and wonder why an
And the
impulse
Israeli
candle
military
happened the
steadily
way it did
completed a
or anything like
wide-scale
that.
wave of strikes
Oh,
targeting Iran.
and we also got a voice terminal right here too on top of that. Live news analysts that actually give you real-time information, like literal real-time information, which is pretty freaking amazing if you ask me. You got like, kind of like what Fox News or CNBC and all that stuff, but this is live, nothing recorded or anything like that. This is live news, okay? We'll talk a little bit more about that in a sec. But overall, how my template is set up, I got the event calendar, let you know all the current data that's happening, at least you know what the impact of the data is, what actual country is coming from, and things like that. And let you know the actual when the news does release, like for example, when we have JPY tanking, non-manufacturing outlook, they give you the actual, at least you know the high and the low, what analyst is actually predicting whether it come out high or low depends on the impact of the data even further. The forecast of what many traders are already pricing in, things like that, and the previous on top of that. And you can also go back on top to see what other data has happened throughout the day, etc., etc. And right here with the little setting bar is, you can also see right here. You can scroll down and see many more. You can also edify it by date. You can also get specific with it by filtering certain central banks and things like that. You can have a orientation with horizontal, vertical. You can edify it however you like. Okay, choose the date range, etc., etc., from weeks to month. If you want to go back to past data, etc., etc. Okay. You got different other aspects on this too. You can add different widgets. You got the events countdown. You can see when a certain data is coming out at a specific time if you really want to get really nitty gritty with it. Macro briefing. You got trading topics, news, trading, trending news. You got the news dashboard where you get all your official news from like Wall Street Journal, um, financial trades and things like that. Got all these different type of aspects that you can utilize, all the different type of tools you can use to up your game. New sentiment. You can even go back even further and see even more tools you can utilize. Trading view charts, seasonality on different type of aspects and trades, patterns, range. You got different news aspects right here on top of that. That's what I'm currently on at the moment. Go back. You got COT. You can get a little specific on top of that with COT, smart money reports. You can see the history chart and COT table charts. It gets deep. Macro, you can get the whole macro, micro aspects of things. You can see how banks doing things. You can see actual real data and seeing what actual data is being affected in the economy of certain central banks, etc., etc. Right? Pretty dope, right? This is like only the beginning. You scroll down further, you can see many more aspects. Shareholders, you can see what they pricing in, what they got in the markets, what they invested in, etc., etc. Like it's pretty freaking amazing how much work that this team have put into this news terminal, prime market terminal. You got a list you could go down to, DMX, order flow, and seeing what central banks and banks is actually pricing in and what even got their what even got their market orders at and things like that. Insider work on top of that, where you can actually see different institutions. Oh, yeah, I already went over that too. Sorry about that, y'all. And social options, utilities, overview, central banks, research, stock analysis, value, and volatility overall. And this is really detailed. You can also see interest rate decision and interest probability, what certain traders is also pricing in. So, for all that being said, I'm gonna go over certain templates that, I mean, certain things I have on my template folder to get y'all familiar with this overall, and we going from there. So, continuing, as y'all see, we got this nice little event calendar. You can see what's currently about to be released. There's certain impact for certain central banks and certain pairs and assets, right? Also let you know, got a little highlight right here on where we're currently on at the moment, the time of release. You can also edify your time on here also, wherever part of the world you're on or in at the moment. You can also edify it to your current time. So don't worry about that either. They got that too. We also got notifications up here. You even got certain sounds like that too. You can actually have mindset sounds and things like that, meditation sounds while you're trading to kind of give you like that nice peaceful, calm relaxation feel. Alerts, notes, and watch lists on top of that. Of course, you got your little profile right here and things like that, of course. And then also give you the week ahead what's going on throughout the whole week. The team actually take their time to actually show you and give you data and give you brief information upon what to look forward to and what to expect. Okay? Got a whole week laid out for you. German inflation focus, got the whole Asian euro focus to set the tone for the inflation, central banks and minutes, and heavy US macro. And this is NFP week too, trade flows and labor signals. And we also have US jobs, which is the NFP day on that Friday. US jobs meets global service checks and give you all the information and details on what to look forward to. Pretty amazing, right? If I must say so myself, this is extremely useful to so many traders. It helped me throughout my trading experience and even helped me even protect some of my profits as certain headlines came out in certain times. Okay, just give you that real life, real time experience right here. All of the data that you could get, all of the real time ticker news that comes out in split seconds, rapid timing. Get it right there and then. See the market reaction right there and then also, which is pretty amazing. Also give you all the central banks right here and the smart buyer summary. What's going on with the certain bank, central bank, what happened last week, what's going to happen this week. They also got all information upon that, such as USD moved through the week dominated by geopolitical escalations and a sharp shift in inflation expectations, with price action driven primarily by oil and a rate repricing rather than traditional macro data. Okay, and even give you indicator updates right here on if USD is neutral on the fundamental aspect, bank research aspect with certain banks pricing in certain things and their data analysis, hedge funding positioning, whether it's bearish, bullish, or neutral, retail positioning, monetary policy, trend, seasonality, and the overall feel of it. Okay, pretty amazing, right? Currency strength right here on top of that. We also got seasonality features and smart money report and DMX single currency on top. Seeing what's going on with the long positioning, what's going on with the long positioning, I mean short positionings, the percentage on that, smart money reports with the longs and the shorts. Yes, it goes into details. The daily, what's going on with the trend at the moment. As we see, we currently on a nice little range bound at the moment, waiting for more data to come out with US and Iran and whatnot, geopolitical tensions. So keep you up to date on everything that you need to know about a certain central bank, what's going on with them, the key events that's going on for the week ahead, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, let you know the actual high impact data and high impact news to pay attention to. And it give you more information on that too, whether it's the near term right here. And you also got the longer term right here also, which is pretty dope. Let you know what's to look for near term and long term. Okay. So, and that does that for every central bank, whether it's the ECB, European Central Bank, We also see what's going on with them, their current performance from last week, what to look forward to this week, the outlook for the risk events, DMX, and smart money reports, long positions and short positions and things like that, seasonality, currency strength, etc., etc. Same thing with GBP, the Great British Pound, Bank of England, and AUD, Australian Bank, New Zealand, Canadian, Japan, Swiss. Let you know. Well, I pretty much got the top central banks up here, but they got many more central banks on top of that that you can actually shift through. By clicking this little settings right here, you can actually see what's going on with the smart bias. On top of that, you can edify it however you like. Different different chart settings right here and different type of banks you can actually pick from. Okay. On top of that, that's what we got with that, with the pair, what's going on with that. And then you can go ahead and continue on however you like to edify your whole templates. Okay. So hopefully everything's making sense. It's pretty straightforward, if I must say. They make it so easy for you to understand the whole idea of their whole news terminal, keeping track of so many different type of aspects. Like I have no complaints so far with this. This has been tremendous help when it comes to my trading. A tremendous help. Also, despite the whole little central banks right here on top of that, I have a list right here too. This right here, you got a list of all the Forex pairs, all the commodities, indices, all the US stocks, the tickers for all of them. You got the last price action, the seasonality, pattern, social sentiment. You got the 1 month, 3 month, and the 12 months right there too. So you got the whole idea of the percentage of how many gains and losses they experienced throughout time, trend, market strength, market capital, the EBITDA, and we also got the latest news for each one. On top of that, you can go into details with that too. Got all the information that you need, why it's happening, what's going on, why it's bullish, why it's bearish, all amazing things. Apple, for example, come over here, got a nice little neutral. Stocks to buy over Palantir, why American Airlines shares are surging and things like that with the American Airlines group because oil is a big thing at the moment with the Strait of Hormuz. We also got Forex, all the pairs right here too. You can go over here and see which one's bullish fundamentals, bank research, which one's bearish and things like that, with the percentage loss, etc., etc. And the latest news to top it off. Pretty amazing, right? Got every little ticker you could think of. Commodities, got gold, silver, you got US oil, how it's doing at the moment, neutral at the moment, how much gains have happened. Oil have gained tremendous amounts, as we can see. Latest news and things like that. Current right now, nothing. And etc. etc. Indices. We got all the indices right here too. We got the US Dow Jones. We got even the UK indices on top of that, and every other indice you could think of. Okay, pretty amazing, right? If I must say so myself. And this comes over here to the overall table, and you can also edify that too. You could decide how to customize it for its commodities indices. As you see, I got all four areas. And you can pick specific tickers and filter out however you like. Okay. And the voice and the sentiment area, live analyst, live time right here. You got live voice action Monday through Friday. Give you updates in real time, what's going on around the global aspects of the world, and how to actually take advantage of all that on top of that. And give you reasons on why the trade is moving the way it is for certain tickers and certain assets and things like that. You got the whole currency strength and you know which pairs are currently weak and which one's currently strong, and let you know the overall briefing on that. and let you know the risk sentiment, whether we're on a risk off sentiment where people is going towards more of safe havens and things like that, all the way up to the risk on market where people is going more towards riskier assets and beta pairs and things like that. Let you know where we currently sitting at. Right? Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Confirmations. This is my little confirmations area to see how certain pairs is doing, like gold and things like that. You can actually go over here to the technical analysis side and see the overall summary on that. This is the visible range. You can see the overall range of certain pairs on a 30-minute time frame, and also bank trades on top of that. You can see what actual banks is being positioned on certain pairs. The date right here, you can also change that up too and see what date is actually being set at, when they put their positions and what time. You see their whole entry, take profit, stop loss, status. You can see all of it, okay? You can see they take profit, they stop loss, when they enter in. Pretty dope, right? You guys should get a whole idea of how banks is actually moving in the markets because PMT have connects like that. Okay. Morgan Stanley Research Bank. Man, you even got Bank of America. Yes, even more than that, but it does updates. It does Goldman Sachs too. He be in here also. Like everything does updates over time in here. So it does stay very fresh. Central banks, we can also see interest rate probability. You can see the Federal Reserve, what traders are expecting, and we expect and hold the probability of it. Current rate at the moment, changed by the next meeting overall, which is on April 29th of 2026. Stock heat map, you can see what pair, I mean, what actual indices is doing pretty good overall. You can see what stocks is doing good. Yes, it gets real. And you see the whole overall aspects of that too. You can go deep into it, see which ones actually gained, which ones lost. You can zoom in. Yes, you can zoom in. Energy. Yes, you got all of it. Health technology, producer information, like yes, finance, technology, electronic technology, like got it all. Got it all. Central bank interest rate. You can see all the central banks' interest decisions and what they also got planned, what they changed their rates over time to, and what they declined it to, and things like that. What they cut, hold, hike, etc., etc. You can see the current percentages of all the central or the top central banks at the moment. See their current interest rates, and you can also change right here on every little central bank you think of as far as the top ones, and you can get an idea of where their current race is, what the probability of traders pricing in, etc., etc. Okay, so and last but not least, we got the whole macro aspect right here too. And this give you the overall health of the economy. Okay, this right here is the Federal Reserve. You can see the housing sector. We can see the mortgage rate percentages, 30-year mortgage rate percentages. You can see the existing home sales and all the data that adds up to that. All the different type of aspects of data that comes for housing, the energy sector. You can see what's going on with the energy overall and the global aspects, crude oil rigs. You can see all kind of data right here to give you an edge in the markets. The whole government aspects, the credit ratings, what's going on in the government bonds and things like that, the debt to GDP ratio, which Powell was talking about in his meeting too. On top of that, this week, all kind of aspects of data you can think of. Consumer rates, you can see all the CPI data and things like that, what the consumers is consuming at the moment, where inflation at the moment, and things like that. Gasoline prices, you can see the whole overall food prices, auto prices and things like that. Yes, even auto percentages and things like that too. GDP growth, the gross domestic production, see how the overall growth is for economy, okay? All the different type of aspects. You can get deep into this. The health sector, the labor sector, business, trade, prices, climate, money, market, and taxes, okay? And it also give you a description of each one too. Give you a description, let you know what's going on. A whole detailed description right here, which is pretty dope, right? You go over here, say, for example, I want to see the consumer. I want to see what's going on with the consumer confidence, right? Give you the whole detail right here when you click this little arrow right here. Give you the detail. The University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment is a monthly index that measures how U.S. consumers perceive current and future economic conditions. Give you the whole detail, the impact of it, the frequency, and the source. Give you the overall graph and let you know the history of it also. Pretty freaking dope, right, y'all? This is one of the top news terminals to me. One of my favorite news terminal, prime market terminal. You can take advantage in so many different ways. You can use this in so many aspects. It's very powerful, okay? Very powerful. Real-time data and real-time and real-time aspects, okay? None of the fluff, none of that other stuff that kind of lingers and give you delayed information. Nah, this is fast information. Okay. So if y'all want to actually get access to this, it is on my Instagram and my bio. I do have a link there. Go ahead, click it. Go ahead and take advantage of it. The pricing is really nice. I'm not paid, by the way, on this. I'm not sponsored. I haven't been paid to do this. I'm doing this for my own health to give y'all the information of this news terminal and how powerful it is. Okay? So, with that being said, hopefully y'all enjoyed this. And may y'all take advantage of more news terminals over time, especially this news terminal specifically. I would definitely recommend this one. Okay. Fast information, a lot of data points, live news, voice on top of that to give you real-time information. Can't beat that. Cannot beat that. And you can actually see how the markets is affected when high impact news is coming out at certain times. And when certain headlines are coming out, you can actually see how the market is being affected. But with all that being said, hopefully I take advantage of PMT. And if you have any questions, go and hit me up on Instagram, TikTok, whatever the case may be. Y'all could go ahead and message me personally. All right, y'all. Go ahead and have a beautiful day wherever you at. True Gold is out.